So I'll just use this as and post this. So another thing about support is because it is an area where we have buyers, right? A lot of buying pressure. I always want to check and see how valid that support is by looking at the momentum. By checking out the momentum that price created. So when price bounced off this level that is about to make me draw out a support area, how bullish was that impulse move? And did it create a higher high? So that is a valid support. So that by the next time price comes down again, it shows like a valid area. Does that make sense? And we know that it's a consolidation and we have this equal highs and equal lows, but sometimes it goes higher than, the level, but it's still in a consolidation. So then there is major support and then you have the minor support area where it's not two touches, it's like one key level, where support can become resistance and where resistance can become support, which is very major in how we trade to be able to identify that area. This one, you will not be looking for two touches to draw. You are just looking at if price should, this is basically a break and a retest, so you're looking if price should validate that area. So something like this, if it's the support level.
Yeah.
So if we had this break and like that, but that would have, been the key level, but no. So now let's study what price did here. We first of all, huh? Yeah, sorry. So, first of all, this whole structure, right? We already know, you're already aware that this is a an ascending channel. This is an ascending reversal channel, and this is a channel. Price has been in this consolidation for a while. A channel is like a consolidation. An ascending channel is like a consolidation that is going up, a descent channel, a consolidation that is going down. So it's having a downward movement, but it's not a trend. It's in a channel. It's going back and forth, but still having movement to go up, right? So you're already aware that that structure can easily be broken and you're not taking permanent, structural decisions on this. Now, you have your support area. This is support on this trend line, support here, support here. I think I should be using pointers. We have support here. Support here. Then you have this horizontal support as well here. And that is the immediate right now, like the support that is happening right now. These ones have happened in the past, like 5 days ago and all of that. But this is the immediate support that is going on, and that is what's happening right now. You want to focus on what's happening right now, but be aware of what has happened before. Trading is not easy. You have to have everything in your arsenal, right? All your guns up. So now price came back here. We had 1, 2. Now it respected this area with weak exhaustions. Of course, we can still get some reaction on this support level. So at this point, do you have confluence to buy? Do you have confluence to buy? I'm not sure. Okay. Would you be taking a buy at this level? Because where is price? How we trade, where is price to confluence, and then where is it going to?
Price is going up.
Why do you say so?
Gosh, I don't know. What I'm looking at here is the pattern. I'm looking at the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
The double top, sorry, double bottom rather. The double
Double
bottom.
bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you saw?
And I'm seeing the engulfing candlestick,
Yes.
the
Uh,
bullish engulfing candlestick. And I could see that at the end of, okay, I can see a pin bar, a bullish pin bar. So I don't
okay.
know.
All right. Any other person wants to? What are we
Yeah,
looking
I can see, although price is at a support level with double bottom with weak exceptions, but I think maybe we'll see a break of structure, minor break of structure to confirm that.
at? And where would you be looking at that break of structure to happen?
And 15 minutes, that's 15 minutes at that zone, right?
Yes, this 15 minutes. Like around here?
Yes.
Okay. Peter, do you have any thoughts on this? Because the thing is, you have to know where you are in trading, where you are in structure, and then what confluence is validating that area. So that's what you have said now. We are at support, support levels, um, and then price is in that area that created a double bottom. But you have to be aware that this trend line is also here and that trend line was broken. You also have to be aware that, oh, Peter, do you want to say something? No? Okay, it's not. You also have to be aware that you are just coming from a very bearish momentum. Okay? So this bearishness actually broke this structure. This is a level of, structure, and this could continue downwards. You have this break of this trend line, also this break of this area. You also have a break of this area here. But that doesn't mean that bullishness will not continue. So, like I think Francisca said, you have to wait for a minor structure break and retest. Fine, we have this. We won't just jump into a buy here, although we have some bullishness around this area. We can still wait for more confirmation around that area. So if what we are looking for now is for us to want to buy, price should break this area, right? And we won't even take it a buy. We'll take it up to a supply level here because the way price came down is aggressive, which means we have selling pressure. Okay. And also taking note of the fact that we are at a level of resistance as well. And this support is a minor, very minor structure support, and minor structure can easily be broken. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
It does.
So it will be a very tricky decision to take a buy, whilst we have some bullish momentum, which is expected because price will always react to past levels. So this is a level where buying has happened before. This is a, buying area. So it will do some buying, momentum, but you have to wait for your confirmation. So right now we have a clear bearish momentum that broke the trend line now, and we can get a retest of that trend line for a sell. Also, this has been broken, so you see it pays to wait. You are very valid for thinking that was a buy, but it also pays to wait to see a break of structure, a minor structure, a right now break of structure. Right now, there was no break of structure. And by break of structure, we mean like create a higher high, come and retest the previous low, then we'll know what we are doing. Like gold, what gold did today, right? I'm not sure what level of structure this is. Okay, yes, we have an aggressive push down as well. Okay, let me delete this. We had an aggressive push down too, and this trend line is acting as support because the retest of that trend line, we can basically say this is a level of support that price bounced off of. And we can take a buy after there was this, it gave us a valid, do you see that? So you have to know, where you are and how you want to react in that area. Now you have a W pattern here too that is at a level of, a demand zone inside there, which clearly told us to buy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So also, yeah, so that buy was invalid at that particular time. It would have hit stop loss,
Yeah.
and even at that you have another trade. So trading is really step by step. Here you have another impulse retest, a break retest, and then continuation. This trade is done. So you wait to see again what price does. Really, it's like fighting, it's like boxing. Um, you want to see what the opponent has and how you want to react to it. So mind you, we still have this demand zone. So we know it's like a magnet and price is possibly going to come in this area and this level. It's going to come into that area. This level, we can draw a minor trend line to guide us and see if, this is going down. And you can also, this is support right here. Immediate support. Break that level. So I was actually drawing that support. So now price went outside this trend line. You see, I wasn't going to start selling immediately. I needed things to tell me that, okay, whether we are going to continue buying or selling. So if price had exhaustion in this area, would have continued selling downwards. But here we have a bullish reaction around this zone, and then we can continue buying, buying in this area. Let's see. That was minor structure anyway. It still came back here based off of, I don't want this to based off of major, major happenings, major structure. This is just a major retest of this minor retest right here. So you have to be aware of what's going on. If you were in a buy here, you know where to get out. So where you get in, where you get out is very important. And this is where we actually zoom out and see what's going on. Because in as much as we have this trend line here, you still have some structures. In my last video, I talked about price being a fractal and how we need to do a study on fractals. What does it mean to be a fractal? It's very important because it's the same thing happening over and over again inside of each other. So you just have to, and that's actually the beauty of trading, really. It is the beauty of trading to be able to make money off of the same kind of move. Like it's very powerful, This was a minor structure trend line, so I'm going to remove it. Very minor, can easily be broken. Price went outside and inside it. So we're just going to use this level, right? I really want to go over what price is doing now. So price respected the support zone here, a buy right here up to this level, and then respected supply, created a lower high. And right now you can just either enter a sell or wait again for your confirmation to do what? Go away from here and retest that level. Do you understand? So we didn't have a valid retest. We are continuing up. There was no valid retest around this area. So price is continuing up around this zone. So do you get what happened there?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
If you don't get what you're seeing, price is doing something else and it's telling you what it is doing. So I've explained several times about validating support levels and violating them as well, so that will take that buy up to that level. So do you have any questions?
No, ma.
No, ma.
Okay. Okay, so basically, if we had a call on Saturday or if I posted or something, I was going to give out this buy I've been I've been watching it since. A buy on gold once price comes back to retest that trend line. So since I know that price is coming back to retest that trend line, we had a couple of sells in this area. This is what I was talking about here. And then I noticed something that I want to talk about. The fractals that I was talking about, I actually saw a good example on the current structure of gold, right? To be able to validate what that is. This and this as well. So this is just a smaller structure of what happened. You can see when price came here, broke support, came back to retest support, as support again, and then went up. Same thing he did here where you have this, broke support, right? Came back to retest support and then went up. So it's very similar structures inside of each other. Okay. So currently what I am looking out for gold is for price. I'm watching for price to come and test this level that was broken aggressively again. So this trend line is kind of a guide. If the fact that it's retesting this doesn't mean it's going to like go all the way up, we can still have something like price coming inside here, but we'll know if it's going to go down if we have that. But I'm expecting if we have a valid confluence for a sell, we can take a sell in this area. Like it has gotten to my area of interest where I was looking at for a sell, because that was the fib that I removed the other time, which is the first take profit level of the fib. And so a good confirmation will be minor structure of that. And then the fib you'll be working with to take profits will be around here. So let's watch out for that. This is of this current fib. It's already at the 50% mark, and yeah, just because it's still around here, because it can still play behind that trend line for a little while, but if the bearish momentum is strong, price can easily break that trend line and come inside it and keep going down. Or if it validates it, really can continue, the upward movement. That's why we take price step by step. I'm still watching to see if this major structure like will continue and come up here to finish this structure basically. And even if price should come inside, all the way down here, it still hasn't broken structure. It can still do this before coming in to continue the sell, because if it does that too, it has still not broken this structure right here. So there's so much happening on gold and all of that. So we'll just take it step by step. Currently, I am actually watching out for it to sell. I'll wait for more confirmation of that very minor structure retest. And that's it. We trade as day trader, we trade the detailed moves. We don't really focus on the overall moves. Some people can, wait, take their buy, up or all of this level. In fact, that's even small. So some people can just wait for an overall move, but we are, trading inside the moves. That's why it's important for us to be able to identify minor structure. Yes, and GJ too. GJ class, very good example. I wanted to delete this to remark, but I just want to leave the data there because we've been following GJ with this purple trend line. When price kept going up, went past the trend line, came back inside, tested that, went down, came here, tested it, broke the trend line all the way, went back to the other major trend line, came back here, tested it, broke it, we tested that trend line to buy. All of these moves, money. Just knowing what price is doing, like, is a lot of pips. So you just follow the reading of price. That's why I really don't teach strategy or like that. You have to be able to read price. You have to be able to read what the structure is doing. You have to be able to read what the momentum is saying at that particular time. Okay. So basically that's it. Do you have any questions? I've not really marked up GJ, but if I'm looking at it now, basically it's at a major structural level of resistance. So if that area, if that area is valid, it's keep coming down. We are supply zone, so it's looking like a sell, except we have an aggressive break. Like the sell, at least, first of all, this level, which is not a good confidence for, because UJ and UJ are moving together, and UJ is inverse of gold, but I don't trade with correlations and all that. I trade with what that particular structure is saying. So that's it for today. Do you have any questions so far?
No, ma'am. No question for now.
For now, okay. So make sure you backtest every day. Make sure you look at it. Trust me. I went to look at my previous trading journals. I went to watch my own videos again, and I learned something. So I even went back to check some of my old training videos as well. I learned something else. My eyes were open to it, because you are dealing with life. So many things are happening to you, and you will forget you are human. And even if you wrote it down, you may not open it. And I know that we encourage journaling a lot with trading and writing your trades. But in that moment, if you don't see it on the chart, if you cannot see it and decode it in your own brain, it could be detrimental to your account. So you have to train your eyes, train your eyes, train your eyes, train your eyes. And that way you just know what you are about to see, what's about to happen. I want to make trading very systematic. Like, you can come here, know what you are doing, whether I want to place a trade or not, and then leave, because very soon I'm going to start hosting classes and all of that. And I want to be able to tell people that have 9 to 5s, that have all of these things, that it's possible to be able to break it down and get it. So once you find your reading, we can't take away the work that you have to do. There is a time where you have to do intense, focused work. Do you understand? Intense, focused work. So yeah. All right. Have a good night. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Check your mail, though.
Thank you, ma.
All right.
I will.